So I just want to talk for a second and I'll show you the hypocrisy here. I talked about this last night and I was fuming. I might as well say straight, I went to bed fuming. My blood was literally boiling in me. Because I might as well say it straight, I might as well tell people straight. I'm very fed up. I'm very fed up with this government. I'm very fed up with this country and what it's doing to people. It's literally North Korea. And it's worse than North Korea because North Korea at least has some decency for their people and some kind of decency and some kind of morals for their people. In this country, the TDs don't seem to give a fuck as long as they get their Christmas bonus at the end of the day, and as long as they get their pay and the big expenses at the end of the day, couldn't give a fuck after that. Because it's just evident to see last night. Because a few months ago, when businesses were shut and everything like that, they took time out and they voted to give junior ministers a pay rise of €16,000 each. Great, it's a great country, we can afford to do that. And then they get a €2,000 pay rise for every TD in Dáil, and then in Shannon there when they can claim for this, that, and it's a great country, Did I ever say that to people before? Because it's just literally, I can't say it enough because, you have to laugh. You really do have to laugh at these crooks, and these are crooks and con artists. I don't even know if we got a con artist at a Mountjoy prison, he probably won the country better than these politicians. Because you couldn't trust them. You couldn't trust them if your life depended on it. Maybe some of them talk some sense. Paolo Bean, for example, Matty McGrath, Danny Healy-Wade, Micah Healy-Wade, they talk some sense. And Piers Doherty, to an extent, does talk a lot of sense too. And the rest of them blad on. Some of them again talk a bit of sense sometimes. And talk a bit of knowledge. And talk a bit of common sense and common understanding for people. But yeah, the government went ahead. Simon Howes, when he was Minister for Health, and Leo, we were all clapping. You remember when we were all clapping for nurses and doctors, and in Dáil they had they were clapping. And Simon Howes was saying these nurses, student nurses, would be paid no bother. The hypocrisy here. The thing is, if you do a job, and my opinion is, if you do a job, you get paid for it. As simple as that. It's not a hard thing to understand. If you do a job, you put the effort in, you do the time. You're entitled. You're absolutely entitled to be paid. And I might as well say that, and I think I speak for everybody. I'd rather see you go to the student nurses, the ones that are coming out of college or in college at the moment. And some of them working, again, a nurse is not a good job, or a doctor is not a good job. Because you are seeing people dying. You're seeing people dying of cats. You're seeing people dying around you in the hospital. And the hospital's not a nice place to be. You're seeing people who are sick and dying. It's not nice. And oftentimes when I was in the hospital a few years ago, there was 2 nurses for about 50 people in the children's ward. And I was in Cavan General Hospital because they were critically low in staff at the time. I only had 2 nurses to care for about 50 people. And in fairness, God bless their souls, because they did everything they could. And again, they were critically understaffed. And then you had 60 or probably 70 of them sitting up in an office on the top floor doing fuck all. And it's, I pity them because again they work so hard. You could see they were working hard and they cared about people and they really helped a lot. Me and other people do other things. And there was only 2 for a day or 2. There was only 2, and I don't know what the story was. But they cared for about 50 people on the whole wards because there wasn't enough nurses for some reason. I don't know why at that time. But because they were always short nurses anyway. It's no point in saying, but that day they were critically short. And again, I'm saying about why the junior ministers, why do we pay $16,000? Who did you and I say, pay junior ministers another $16,000? How about we had it, give it another $2,000 to every TD in Dáil? Did you and I, anybody in the country say that? I've been saying for the last few months, again, Leo and Behold and the rest of them, put the money where the mouth is. Simple as that. Behold should take a 90% pay cut. 90%. Imagine that. Then if anytime there's a lockdown, anytime that he has to close any business, he'd take a 90% pay cut. Pay. He probably even I would go as far as saying he wouldn't get a cent. And then he wouldn't have a lockdown every week because he wouldn't want his pay to be cut. That's just the thing. It's very hypocritical because again these nurses are working. They are working in the hospital. They're doing their best, either helping people who have cats or helping people who are in accident emergency. They're all in different departments. And again, it's not an easy job. It's not an easy job because again you're overstressed and overworked, and you're seeing people dying around you. And that's hard. For anybody it's hard to see somebody's last breath and hear the last words. It's difficult, especially now when they can't have the last right said or anything. It's very difficult and it's very heartbreaking I'm sure for young nurses. And you know what I say to the government? If they have any kind of decency, because again, this is a very worthy thing they should be doing, and it shouldn't be even a question. It should be done. Simple as that. It should be done. Because as I say, if you do a job and you put the hour and you put the effort in, you get the money. Simple as that. These TDs go in for about an hour and claim a big pension, a big salary for a month's salary if they go in for 3 days, and some of them don't even turn up for voting at all. It's just it's honestly the banana republic. It's honestly honest to God, you couldn't make it up. Because at this stage I get sick of saying this is a great it's in the great country, because at this stage I have said it so much. It's not even funny. It's really, and I don't know why I'm laughing at this, because it's just you wonder to yourself, how does people put up with this? How does people not say enough is enough? Like, my God, at this stage, I don't know how much this government. I can't even describe how much they've went through, and how are they even still in government? How does people not kick them out? Like, after Golfgate, like, my Christ, I never seen such a government criticise itself. Like, literally the whole lot of them went down and had to do after giving orders to us. And then OT went ahead. Oh yeah, one more thing, the West of them and Dáil Éireann. What's happening with OT? Is any of them going to be put in jail? Because again, you're threatening priests, and you won't put anybody in prison for an OT because they had a gathering. And the same with Golfgate. Where's Phil Hogan's prison sentence? Where's Seamus Wolf's prison sentence? Oh, fine. Where's that? Nobody. You see how the media's gone very quiet about that. And OT today, I watched the OT news for about first time probably in a month to see what they said with the student nurses. And they broke the backside to say it. Because again, what the pro-government, there's nothing to see here, children. Nothing to see. Again, it's for the greater good. We have to give a quick... Because, bet you any money, as I said to even somebody yesterday, straight away as soon as I heard, I text somebody, and he said, you know what they're trying to do? They're trying to save money so they can get their Christmas bonus. I bet you any money they'd be giving themselves a €20,000 Christmas bonus. Every TD in Dáil Éireann, ministers probably get a 50,000 Christmas bonus. I really wouldn't put it past these crooks. Because literally, these criminals and conmen, you couldn't... Like, the mob is a lot more nicer people. At least they have some kind of humanity. This government is just... I don't know what you would say about them. I really don't. I don't know. Like, honest to God, what would you do? How would you... enough, I had enough, because I have enough talking about them.